Right then, welcome back to the channel. I'm still in Wales, be here all week, so I thought I would try and give you a little bit of a better background. There's me doing me on my phone, never mind. I thought I'd try and give you a little bit more of an interesting background than the outside the ensuite was earlier. I might even do one outside tomorrow, who knows, we'll see how it goes. But yeah, so Leny Yoro has been developing. It seems like the reports that he just wants to go Real Madrid were not as solid as people thought. Now, I think Madrid are probably still in the driving seat if they can get an agreement over the line with Lille, but they don't seem to want to pay the money that United have already managed to get agreed with Lille. Now, I'll read the reports and then we'll have a bit of a chat about it. So, Nabil Jalit says Leny Yoro in discussions with United surrounding his salary after the Lille bid was accepted, 42 mil plus 10 mil in add-ons, somewhere in the region of 60 million euros. Santi J says some members of Leny Yoro's entourage are in favour of him joining MUFC. Contract negotiations have been initiated with United, who are pushing to complete a deal. Now, I got rinsed last week. It is Twitter, but it is what it is. We did a video talking about Leny Yoro, and I said it's my understanding that United wouldn't have to twist his arm as much as it's kind of being made out with the Real Madrid stuff. Now, that was obviously accurate. That's been proven to be accurate by the fact that some of his entourage are in favour of him joining MUFC. Now, is that me saying that United are going to sign him? No. That's me saying that it's not as a foregone conclusion as people were making it out to be. I still think there's a good chance he joins Real Madrid, to be honest. But I'm hoping he joins Manchester United because I think this kid is a real genuine talent, and I would love to see him at United. Le Petit Lilo says Yoro doesn't absolutely want to join Real Madrid. Yoro has become tired of the slowness of Madrid and he is now listening to United's offer. So that was last week. That was last night, sorry. David Ornstein, the Oracle, says the current expectation is that Manchester United would recruit one of Leny Yoro or Matthias de Ligt as opposed to both. That's a bit disappointing. Given a deal for de Ligt looks relatively straightforward if United choose to proceed. At present, they seem to be prioritising Yoro and exploring whether they can convince the Frenchman to join rather than hold out for Real Madrid. Now, that is a little bit of a disappointment because I thought all of what we were doing this summer seemed geared up to us recruiting a couple of defenders. Now, I can easily sit there and make the case to you that I think we need both, and I think both of those would play for Manchester United. And I think it'd be great for the development of Yoro, and I think it would really help with the injuries that has happened with both de Ligt and with Martinez. Leny Yoro starting week in, week out in the Premier League with like no obvious replacement of a similar calibre or even a higher calibre. That's a little bit worrying, I'm going to be honest. I think he's an ultimate prospect, and he plays to a very high level just now. But the pressure of Manchester United and the pressure of the Premier League and the pressure that would be expected on him to deliver because of where the club is at would be fucking huge. And I would be a lot calmer about going into this if it was de Ligt as well as Yoro. Now, obviously, there's financial considerations that United have got to consider, which is annoying, I guess. Because whether the club has got the money or not, they have to demonstrate that they've got the money to satisfy PSR and FFP. And when you look at the strength in some of the other squads, even Arsenal, beyond the first, obviously they lose Saliba, there's a massive level drop off, but they've still got decent players that they can bring in. Excuse me, hay fever's a motherfucker. You look at Manchester City, which is maybe the extreme example in world football rather than like the norm. But even at Liverpool, like below that first choice pairing, there is quite capable defenders in there. Whereas at United, if it's Martinez, who we know is injury prone, and Yoro, who is unproven and literally a fucking child still, that feels quite a fragile sort of basis to build any kind of campaign from. Now, if you bring in de Ligt, and you bring in Yoro, and you get Martinez back, that felt like a real basis to build something on. And I go, right, okay, At right back, then we got Delo. At left back, we have Shaw, and there's Malacia, and possibly Wan-Bissaka unless we sell him. It feels to me like there's a bit of a squad being built. Now, maybe it's not possible all in one window. Maybe there is a requirement that we drag this sort of squad building out, and it's raising the floor of the ceiling in the first summer, adding bits of sparkle to it next summer, and then maybe padding out the squad the summer after. Maybe that's the sort of project that we find ourselves in. But I feel like a little bit honey-dicked that I thought we were getting what we're obviously not going to get. So that's disappointing, because if Ornstein's saying that, that's because someone's said that to him. I don't think Ornstein's just sat there and gone, I reckon United only want one. That's not how he operates, unfortunately. I know how he operates. And he's a very high-level operator. So that's really took the wind out of my sails just a little bit with it, because I was really warming to the idea of potentially seeing that being what United line up with. And I would, like, people get fixated with, well, what's our best 11? Well, who are we playing? What's the circumstances? Who do we play last? What's the form that people are in? Having multiple players for a squad isn't a bad thing. Having multiple players that you can trust to throw in is not a bad thing. I think you need 15 or 16 to get a starting 11. 15 or 16 players that are the same level. Where you go, yeah, any of them could start. That works for me. Like, if I say to you, if I try and make the case here now, right, well, United got Coleman and we've got McTominay, both of them can start, right? You're going to sit there like that? Not really, to be honest with you, at all. I can hear sawing and hoovering. I have no fucking idea what's going on around me in here. Hopefully it's not too loud on the audio there. But do you know what I'm saying? There's got to be some common sense applied to how you get to building a squad. Like, it'll be disappointing if you see, like, Johnny Evans obviously sticking around, sound. Does he want to be playing more than 10 games this year? I mean, maybe he does, but, like, realistically, do we want to see Johnny Evans playing more than, say, 10 games this year? I think if he does, that's probably a mistake. If he does, I think that someone's been injured. And looking at the injury record of some of the players that we've got in the squad, feels like an enormous gamble, doesn't it? Seeing how bad we were when we lost Martinez, we've already lost Varane, so you're already down on what you were there last year. Bringing one in doesn't feel enough to me at all. Bringing one in does not feel like anywhere near enough. But anyway, that's the news. Leny Yoro is talking to Manchester United. And Ornstein reckons that there's a line that gives me a bit of hope. The current expectation. Now, maybe that a sale of a player raises the expectation. What do you think? Please talk to me in the comments. I'll see you in a bit. Bye-bye.